Welcome to Mount Shasta Escape. Today I'm going to ride to the North Fork of the Sacramento River and also explore a tiny little piece of single track. Today is May 24th, 2024. It's Friday. I am taking kind of one of my usual rides up into the Eddies, which are really part of the Klamath Mountain Range. Just Mount Eddy is the highest peak in the range. And I did a mountain biking ride maybe a week or so ago, and I came up here and I was just looking at the little single track trails. And there's one just right here that I'm about to take. Motorcycles ride these all the time. I don't know just what the Forest Service thinks about that. But some of these trails you go further up, they are actually signed with names. So, who knows? I actually tried calling the National Forest Service office a couple times and I can never get a hold of anybody, and there's never any way to leave a message. I might drive by there sometimes, but at any rate, I haven't talked to them about it yet. All I can say is you see dirt bikers up here frequently, and they do ride these trails a lot, so who knows? And with that, this is one of the easier single track trails. Most of the single track up here is just a little beyond what I care to do anymore. But this one's okay. And since I normally don't do single track anymore, I mean, this tests me a little bit. Just right at the beginning here, there's a little creek down there with a very steep bank down into it. Really not that close to the trail, but I mean, if things like that bother you, don't do this trail. You don't want to fall over it. There's a little fallen log up here that there's a way around it, and I'm just going to go around. I haven't tried hopping a log in I don't know how long, and probably not the time to start doing it again. Anyway, the purpose of the ride today is one, you know, this little single track's kind of fun, do that, and two, I think it was a little over a week ago I took a ride out here, and at that point there was still a little bit of snow at the high point, but I was able to actually plow through it with the motorcycle, and I made it then on down to the part of the loop where you hit the first kind of low water crossing. And it was for the North Fork of the Sacramento River, and boy, the water was just raging at that point, and I did not want to chance it. If for some reason you got swept over, you'd die. I don't know what it's going to look like this time. There's been a lot of snow melting, and the river level is getting lower. I'm looking at this sign. What do they call this? Hippie Chaser? I don't know. That doesn't look like the signs I saw on other trails, so I don't know if some club put that up there and that's the name of this, or who knows what that sign is supposed to mean. Haven't seen my fallen log yet. I assume it's still here, but I've ridden this exactly twice. Once on my mountain bike, and then I did take the KLX over this once. Yeah, there it is. And I just went around it. That's a small log. I mean, yeah. I should ride over it, but I'm not gonna. I'm all about doing things the easy way these days. Oh, there's a little trail off to the left there. It goes over kind of an old stream bed with a bunch of large river rocks in it. And here I go left and on my way up into the eddies again, and that's the only single track I'm going to do. But I will say there is a fair amount of single track up here. Some with very kind of official looking signs, not National Forest signs, but something that looks like a club would put up. If you ride up this road and you see some single track headed off one way or another, and you're on a dirt bike and you want to try it, have at it. All I say is some of them are, you know, I'd call moderately hard. Say harder than I care to do today, or harder than I'm probably ever going to care to do again. I see people riding up here solo. But if you come up here the first time, I think you'd be ahead of the game if you come up with one or two friends where you could help each other out if you did have trouble somewhere. They are not beginner trails. Don't come up here if you're just getting started out and don't have a pretty good skill level. I've shown this ride up this forest road many times, and I'm not going to show all of it here. So I'm going to skip ahead in just a moment to the low water crossing for the North Fork of the Sacramento River. And we see that water's kind of coming over the edge of the road right there. You didn't see it dropping down into a pool. It was just level, just white froth going all the way over there. So, I don't know how long it'll be before I come up here again, but I'll bet at that point I make the loop and go over the low water crossing. So at some point there will be no water going over them at all. Okay, turned around, there's my low water crossing, and time to head back. There's my turn. By the way, if you go straight here, that road ends after a little while. I've gone up there. It's got beautiful scenery off to the edge of Mt Shasta. They got trails that kind of parallel this forest route 40 and 27. On my left side, kind of going west. I think you could pretty much go up this whole way on trails instead of doing this road.